If I had married them, maybe by now. Wow. I had my suitors who have our beautiful plans of getting married, but it will never happen. When it gets to the end of the road, like where we are going to marry, like, okay, we'll push. You know, I tried my best to make relationship work and all that, but at the end of the day, you as the man will leave me, get married to another person, and after getting married to another person, you will now come back to me to apologize, to want to continue the relationship with me, to tell me how you can't live without me, and to some, they will even beg me to be their second wife. Are you understanding it? That was my own. Like, I used to tell people then too that I was a proud mommy water servant. I used to tell them that if it was just for money, like some people used to think that, oh, every EZENWANYI is a retired akuna, every EZENWANYI, there are people that was dying of hunger, they decided to do the work. I used to tell people that if it was just for money, I won't leave God though. I won't leave Jesus, because I was not even hungry when I was serving Jesus. I was never hungry. Yes, I was never a rich girl, I was never a billionaire, but I never lacked. I had that grace. I never lacked. One way or the other, I will have something. So I was just okay, but nothing like marriage for me. So it kept happening. You know, at the day I told one of our my brother in the ministry, an intercessor. I said, brother, look at what is happening to me. No man is marrying me. They all like me. They want to be with me, but once it's time to get married, they will leave me. After getting married, they will now come back again. He said it is spiritual husband. They have to go for deliverance. I said, okay, no problem. We booked for deliverance. We did deliverance and all that. And for where? The more deliverance I go, the more these other people disturb me. Like, it became a death or life issue for me. The more I go for deliverance, the more their anger on me descend. The more they want to take me by fire by force. All the whole deliverance I went for nothing. At the time I felt I was okay. You get? I started even joining them. I started doing programs, fasting and prayer, to the point I was even now arranging to deliver somebody else that is possessed with water. Then I was doing a 40 days fasting and prayer. On the 39th day, I was going to, that was the evening we were supposed to deliver that brother. He will see this video, he will watch, and he will laugh. Chukuka, if you see this video, you will laugh, because you know what I'm talking about. So that Saturday evening, being the 39th day, that we are going to the church. I've already organized with some of my intercessory brothers to deliver this brother. As I was on the bike going to church for this deliverance, I just boarded the bike from here to here. There's some pair on the highway accident. How on a very highway, how I even managed to escape the road is what I don't know. But I escaped. Accident. That was the first accident I had in my life. Till today, the wound is on my leg. And that was how the deliverance ended. Nobody talked about deliverance again. I got myself it was where I went for treatment. But how that leg healed was a mystery. Like, very fast, that you would think, I thought something happened to you. You understand? So that one went. I was still battling with my own spiritual people, because they didn't stop coming until that very night that I told this spiritual man, this spiritual husband, to stop coming to me. Because after the whole deliverance that I went for, none worked. It was me that was sleeping in one night, and this man came, and I told him, I got angry and said, leave me. He packed his things and left. That was when it stopped. And all that whole years, I was not seeing him again. Other things continued. Became a problem of, you must have us or you die. All this period, I was not telling anybody about it. I was not even telling any member of my family. Though I'm the last one who should be sharing things, but no, I was keeping everything to myself, trying to sort it out myself. So it continued. After the whole deliverance upon deliverance, everything was still happening. I now started having so many challenges in my life. I had my business I was doing. So why should I want to do water work to serve mommy water? I was not hungry. These people started dragging me to the point that I know they are dragging me. I was begging God. I said, Jesus, please do not allow these people to take me away. Do not allow these people to take me away. They are dragging me. They are dragging me. They are dragging me. One afternoon, I was in the house. I was all alone. I was not sleeping. But at a point, I got lost. Trance. A woman adorned on white appeared to me. And when she came, she said, "Why are you too stubborn? Why is it that you don't used to hear word? Why is it that if they're talking to you, you don't used to hear? What is your problem? What is your problem?" Immediately she finished saying that, she left. And I got myself back. And I started thinking, who is this? Who could this be? Who will be telling me that I don't use the hair word? I am doing church work. I'm serving God. Mary cannot come to tell me this. I am serving God. I am a choir member. I am a prayer warrior. I am doing all these things. So who should this be that will come and tell me that I don't use the hair word because I refuse to serve her? Who is this person? I never knew it was Mami Water. I still kept being bothered. One fateful day, all this period I'm not telling you, a lot of challenges have started happening in my life. Flood will come, carry a lot of things from my, flood. There was one particular one that took everything that belongs to me, both in my shop and in my house. I was left with not even a single undies to wear. Every of my documents, my Bible, everything got destroyed. As I am, I don't have any certificate with me. Everything got destroyed. Flood destroyed everything. It was a friend that I went to that day to collect an up and down that I wore to the market. My money, everything went. So I had a lot of ugly experience when this issue of you must serve me water became very serious. I had a lot of big experience. Ugly ones. Things were destroying. But do you know the funny part? If water destroy my things today, my shop will be empty. You know, people will be like, Auntie Ju, how are you going to bounce back? All this one. Not like I saved money somewhere that was okay, I'll go and restock. No. Before you know it, my shop will get full again. To the point that some people were like, leave this woman. You don't even know where she belongs or one thing, because I don't understand whether she's doing all these things to, I don't know how to put it. Because you see her shop today that it's gone down, that something has happened to her, it has gone down. Before you know it, it's back again. All those things were just happening. I was still okay. There was one fateful day. After flood has dealt with me, I managed to clean my shop and all that. I was wearing slippers, so it was in the night. Just in my shop, at my shop. Let me step out. I was wearing slippers. The house slippers removed from my leg immediately, and my leg, if you see how bottle tore my leg, blood was gushing out. My armpits, normally I don't used to have all this boy, but that very night, immediately, when boy wants to come, when you want to have boy, it starts small to grow. But that night, all of a sudden, my armpits like this, I couldn't drop my hand again. A boy, there was a very big boy on my armpits, very painful. My leg was paining me. My armpit was paining me. I can't drop my hand. I'm still crying that my shop is destroyed. I don't even have a home to sleep that night because my bed, my mattress, everything is spoiled. I had to go to a neighbor's house to sleep that night. I was still crying for the thing that was happening to me. But my leg was bleeding. My hand, I can't drop it. It was as if the whole world has dawned on me. I should just buy and rest. I got angry. When I entered this sister's house, I went to sleep because there was no place to sleep. No mattress to sleep on again because of that flood. When I entered the house, luckily she was still outside. I was so bitter. I said, Jesus, come and sit down. Because that is how my own is. They say don't question God, but they have not questioned God or any spirit is that I am not yet angry or I'm not in pains. If I'm in pains, I know the only question you carry is sit you down. I said, come and sit down and let me say, what is happening to me? Why all these things? Why am I undergoing all these pains? Who have I offended? What is all this? What is all this? Look at my hand. I can't drop my hand. I don't know where this boy came from. What kind of normal boy would that be? It wasn't a normal boy. What is all this? A voice spoke to me. He said, I asked, is it because you want me to serve you that you're doing this to me? Or because of what again? I don't understand what this thing is, why this thing is. Let this thing leave me now. I'm tired of these pains. A voice spoke to me and said, start dropping your hand like nothing happened to you. Do you know when you try to drop your hand, you can't. Pains is too much. But now they said, start dropping this hand as if nothing happened to you. Nothing happened to the hand. Okay. I started dropping the hand. I was dropping the hand, waiting to have that pains. My dear, there was no pain. I chopped the hand completely. There was no pain. That is to tell you that the pain on my armpit that said it was a boy left me immediately. Started that night with very hefty pain and left that night. Wow. Is this a miracle? Is this how? What is this? That one went. It was left with me and the leg. But at least the pains left me. 2 days later, a friend of mine called Nena. She's not a pastor's wife. She's not a pastor. Just a normal human. A choir member too. A friend, my friend. Not like she's all this churchy lady. No. One day, it was a fateful morning. God decided to use her to speak to me. I was just on my own and my phone rang. Nena started talking. See, God can use anybody. You can see a madman in the market